Oh, the other SNL one skit with Will Ferrell needs more cowbell. I think it's kind of back, especially like with something like "Please Don't Destroy" is fucking hilarious. Whenever it come back. Also, oh oh, you should see the joke swaps. The joke swaps with Michael Che and Colin Jost are hilarious. Yeah, this comedy needs to come back. Yep, needs some skin to be grown. And it's not
What do
even
you
that.
mean?
It's the people getting protective of other people when they didn't ask for it. Oh,
That's what I would have said.
they made a joke for the deaf people. Oh, we got to defend them because they can't hear it.
It's okay. The blind didn't see it coming. Got him.
Wait, really? At that point, just send your video up to someone, freaking let them blow it up. You know who will absolutely follow that for something that's stupid?
Tiggle bitties of America. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, god damn. Why the fuck is my mic so loud?
Oh, I'm trying to think of like when the last time I watched a comedy that I would like actively go out and see, because it's been so long. I just can't think of a comedy in the past 10 years that's like memorable. Is the craziest thing. Like we'll go watch like Dodgeball and frickin' uh, Grandma's Boy and all the other ones, and I can go rewatch. But I can't think of any good comedy of recent. Or just parodies. Scary movies and all that. Crazy, because those are... Which I find crazy, because comedies always had the lowest budget. All right,
Later, bud.
では、前に出ます。
Hello. How's it going, guys? I just got the tweet live. Do me the favor, go give that some love. And in the meantime, I'm gonna grab us today's sauce. Second time I catch one of these lives? Hello. Glad you could make it. Welcome to the stream. Okay, I think we're good to go. Hello. Here is today's artwork. Go give the artist some love. And again, I hope everybody is excited. We have Berserker Day on JP. I will be doing NA and the alt account at least like a little bit here, probably after 8. I'm going to go touch the alt account. NA is actually kind of good for right now. Again, I'm done with the whatchamacallit. I'm done with the tower, have been for at least a couple days now. And we are basically kind of just coasting on NA as we are waiting for like anniversary news and stuff like that. JP obviously got a whole heck of a lot of stuff today. We're going to talk about that. And my alt account is my alt account. It be what it be. There's not a whole lot going on with that. Man, it does not want to load fast. But how's everybody doing? Welcome to Friday. You made it to the end of the week, hopefully. I know some of you guys work on the weekend, so my condolences. But yeah, 10 more days for that. We've unlocked Septum over here. I did make a blue apple already prior to this, and you can see we're up to 149 of the quartz now. So we're doing pretty decent in this regard. I'm going to go ahead and do some FP summons here real fast. See if we can get anything new. Got another Kojiro, but that's nothing really to write home. Yeah, I guess we did already have a copy of Jason. So again, the 1 stars showing up quite a bit. That's going to be normal for this sort of thing. You can just expect it. But a little bit, we're still going to kind of be beholden to the FP summons until we start getting more of the 3 stars. And that's just something, it's going to take time. It's going to take luck. They'll eventually all show up. But a little bit part of the factor there is just me not having a whole lot of FP. If I were to get, like, say, 20,000 FP suddenly given to me, all of a sudden I would be able to roll out like 10 entire rolls or something like that, and then I would very quickly get like some new copies of things. And so that's usually where I'm going to say it's more of just a, you know, consistency and attrition type of thing rather than anything else. Okay, so that account is good for right now. We will leave that there. And let's go ahead and let's get on JP. And no, I have not started farming yet. I left everything virgin for you guys so that this could go about as smoothly as possible. Fluctuating between trepidation and excitement for my trip to England tomorrow. Oh, nice. Good luck. Are you going for business or pleasure? Because I hope you're going for pleasure, because it's a blast. I loved England. Saw a video of Herc's new MP. It looks intimidating. Yeah, well, hopefully we don't see it ourselves. I don't really want to see it, right? Because if I see it, then that means, oh crap, everything's going to hell in a handbasket. I did finish the event. I actually, I think I popped, I want to say, 80 AP worth of bronze apples, just to, do, 2 more runs to get it done. Because I knew it's I'm going to be popping apples here anyways, so who cares? I'd rather just do that and not have to worry about it. So the event on JP is done. We've completely completed both events on both servers for right now, which means we can now just devote everything to this here. Taking a look at it. Again, there shouldn't be too much else going on at the moment. You can see AP is perfectly timed at the moment. 6 days left for Berserker stuff. Do I have Galatea on JP? I might need to do that. That may be a, I don't have her. 2 weeks vacation? Nice. Yeah, I'm going to be taking vacation probably next week. Well, sorry. Next week should be my last work week here, and then I should be taking vacation for a good chunk of time. And I think my dad's going to get upset with me because I'm going to take off for quite a bit, and I'm just if he tries to give me crap, I'm going to be you just took a 3-week vacation. I'm I don't really want to hear it. I have not taken any time off. I know they need me. And it was funny, too, because Hernandez, thank you for the 5 months. Appreciate it. Jack, can we get some love for Hernandez? And it's funny because, today I had so many people coming to me asking me for things, and it was I was the surrogate replacement for my father. On one hand, it's nice to feel needed. On the other hand, you're leave me alone, and can't you handle that? So, I ended up having to do so many little tchotchke things for people, and I'm come on. This is just getting ridiculous, guys. Okay. So, we have the Grand Duel that we have to do. Obviously, Herc is our Grand Berserker, as you guys have seen. And it does kind of look like Megalos, but it's actually not. My understanding of it is it's Gigantomachia or Machia, Gigantomachia, however you say it, version of Herc, which is basically Giant Slayer Herc. It's his version of kind of the one that took on the Hydras and the Titans and things like that. It's that's kind of what they're going for here, which is really odd because I think prior to this is not necessarily mentioned in Fate. So it is an interesting spin on things, but again, we don't really know if this sort of thing is a lore interpretation. At least with Musashi, they clarified that it was not. This one might be, or they may just be having fun with it. Either way, you guys were asking me who I thought Grand Berserker was going to be, and Herc made a lot of sense, and I was saying Herc quite a bit. There were some others that I thought could be it too, but Herc was kind of the standout in my mind, and it's good to see that that's just who they went with. And I'm not speaking, again, from a standpoint of oh, so-and-so is the Grand Berserker or anything like that. No, just purely from the standpoint of Herc would work for this quite a bit. So it works for me. Is he Mexican? Are you racist? This Herc is for when he actually dealt with the monsters in his labors. Yeah. And he has several weapons here too. So this is definitely going to be an interesting one. We also got some other stuff, but wait, can I not do this? Okay, there's Grand Saber. Okay, so you can just swipe through the interface. So it doesn't cost for the next week here. It doesn't cost any of that. So tap on this. This is what I got to do. We're going to have to go in here and we're going to have to fight Herc. And we're only going to be able to use Berserkers. This is the thing that I warned people about with this one. It's just going to be a little spicy. There's not going to be a whole lot you can do in that regard. And hopefully this one's rather easy, but I'm not sure what the heck they're going to do here. Yeah, let's turn it off with 1 stars. But I already have a comp in mind that I think should be okay here. There's definitely some other stuff, but we'll get into that here in a bit. You guys can guess who my grand is. Don't at me. Also, actually, and you know, Bob brought this one up, and I don't think it's like a terrible idea. Where is he? There he is. There's the boy. I'll put her on the back line just in case. Maybe with cranking. I don't have another MLB K-scope. Do I have a Wizard Marshal MLB? I do. Not ideal, so let's do that. Yeah, Pinth is really good. The issue that you have, like Pinth is made to like counter him. The problem that you're gonna have though is that like Pinth has that wind up, so that's definitely an issue. I'm trying to think though, do I have somebody that has a little bit more hard survival? Maybe Vlad? Do I have Vlad's append done? No, I don't. But it's not gonna matter because I don't have any party space left. That has the charge on it, right? Yeah. In fact, this is 20% charge, I think. I'm going to go with this just to be a little bit safer. And let's see what we can do. Now, MHXA, this is surprising? No, it's not. So y'all keep trying to make that a thing. I've explained it before. Cad, did you see that that Lilith fans are crying? Yes. Yes, I did, Field. Look, I'm going to say this just like I told it to Bob earlier. Units that deal specifically with super effectiveness or power modification for their damage that is conditional on a debuff will live and die on that debuff, right? Like, if it lands, you're good. If it doesn't, you're fucked. And there's not much you can do about that. That's just going to be how that's going to be. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? So he's got his NP, he's got 2 times guts. What is that? I don't think anything else here is of value to me. Buster up. I don't really care. Go with that for right now and just see what we can do. Is this the first time I'm using the Asterios NP on JP? Damn. Damn. To be fair, like, Asterios is a very rare and niche use case. This is one of those times. I have not really had to use them on JP. Yeetus Deletus. That's not too shabby for a non-grand. Let's see what he's gonna do here. Oh wait, he's got Drain on attack, doesn't he? Oh, that could be bad. I didn't even think about that, but I probably should not have done stuff here. Oh, he's got Invuln and Pierce too. Ooh. Ooh, let's turn this on. Damn, bro going ape shit. The only thing I don't like about this is just that, like, this... It feels like they're almost, like, combining all of Herc's forms rather than, like, Berserker. Because to me, this doesn't feel like this actually fits Berserker well. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I get what they're going for here, but it feels like if he's, like, truly Berserk, that he shouldn't be, like, roving around with these weapons and able to, like kind of use all of this, because the ultimate seems to tell, or not the ultimate, the Noble Phantasm seems to tell a different story here, right? Maybe he just bonks with the bow? I mean, that would be cool. But I doubt that. Oh, wow. So close. Almost two-turned. Should be fine here still, though. Gonna stagger the cards. And laugh. Lava Berserker. Yes. Herc's Lava Berserker. He's crazy as hell. There you go. Not bad. This one, Jack, I'm going to make this one look easy, and I know it. Okay. To one degree, I lucked out. To another degree, I didn't. NP5 Lilith can still one turn with a quick chain, and most units under NP5 can't one turn. So she's not losing much more than units without. Yeah, like, I guess I totally understand why this might be upsetting to people, but I also think it's making a mountain out of a molehill, and it's kind of just desserts for the same people that were, like, bragging about her scalability and how, like, oh, well, she has charms, so that's just always going to be the case. And it's like, no. And we had this same discussion back when it was, like, Summer Kama versus Space Ishtar. You saw the same sort of discourse going back and forth, like, who's better? And it's like, well, she's always going to have the charm. And it's like, no, she's not. It's like, when you see arguments like that, you have to kind of just, like, pull yourself out and say, like, okay, people are, like, just fanboying too hard and they're just making shit up at this point. So it's like, I totally get it. But I also just want to say, it's like, to me, I think getting in a pissing contest over who's best in a, like, one-off scenario doesn't amount to much. Like, people will use this to, like, both dunk on Lilith, and people will also use it to, like, sit there and be like, oh, well, none of this matters because I can't use my Lilith here. And it'll be like, it doesn't fucking matter. It really doesn't. Both units are going to be really good. Like if we're comparing it to, like, Castoria Berserker, right? Similarly, like, outside of this exact circumstance, Lilith will probably be fine. So it just is what it is. To be fair, charm immunity has been a thing very frequently on bosses, and he doesn't even have immunity. It is purely a case of him having really high mental debuff resistance. So they didn't make it impossible, they just made it rough. So it is what it is. And again, it's like, it's no different than looking back at things like say like Avenger, or not Avenger, Arjuna Alter, where like, again, he's also dependent on debuffs, and it's like, oh well, what do you do if you can't land a debuff? It's like, you don't use Arjuna Alter if you can't land a debuff at that point. It is what it is. I do think that's going to be the unfortunate nature of some of these fights. Not every unit of each class is going to be a good solution to it. Like, again, for the Saber one, I made Artoria work, and I just carried myself with single targets. It was not that like Artoria was the best option there. And that's just going to be the same thing that a lot of people are probably going to have to do with Berserker and with every class as they go forward. Depending on who your pick is, you're just going to have somebody carry you. I don't see that being that big of a deal, though. I think the bigger deal will come not off of these one-off individual fights. The bigger deal is going to come whenever we need to actually use the grand system. That's what's actually going to matter. And that's where I think, like, if people get a little bit upset, I would more understand it then. Where it's like, oh, you know, again, it's like, what if I took, like, my Grand Benkei Lancer in and he can't do the Grand content? Like, it kind of would not surprise me, but I would also sit there and say, it's like, yeah, but to be fair, they have set this up where it's like, oh, now you've done all this extra stuff for your Grand unit. Kind of feels like they should be able to. So it just really depends on what they're going for. Yeah, don't let people sit here and bitch and moan and whine about like so-and-so's best. Castoria Berserker's really good here, but that's just, this unit is a unit that she can double up her niche against. It is what it is. She's not always going to be able to do that. Castoria Berserker's really solid regardless, and that's why it's like, if somehow like Herc had like Solemn Defense Pierce, or it was a different unit other than Herc and she didn't have her niches, I still wouldn't be complaining and I'd still be using her. Like, I would just do it and I wouldn't care. So it is what it is. Okay. Who should I pick? Now, I actually have 3 candidates here. I could choose Morgan, I could choose Musashi, and I could choose her. Technically, I think my MHXA is still level 90 on this character, and before anyone screams at me, she is literally already 120 on my NA, so calm the fuck down. But yeah, it's like, on this one, I'm just, to me, it makes perfect sense. I'm gonna go with Castoria Berserker, not only just because, like, strong unit, but also, like, this is actually probably the smartest move for the account. So we'll do it, and we will laugh the entire stretch of the way. Turn it on here for a bit. I like the, like, blue card art there. There we go. Now, Castoria Berserker is a little bit nutty, and I'm going to explain why to you guys here in a second. One of the reasons she's so effective here, 1, I can do this. 2, I can do this. Remember how you have to make a choice between the Bond CE or a 50% charge effect? Herc is Divine and Chaotic, which is both of her niches, and this is her Bond C, and this is anti-Divine and anti-Chaotic for the entire party. And she has enough charge that she can get away with this. So, yep, that's exactly what we're doing. We are taking the actual Bond CE effect. We are not taking the 50% charge on this one, because all she needs is an additional 10%, which I can get through a multitude of other sources. Now, as for what else to do here, oh yeah, by the way, chat, It's only like $4 on Steam right now. Dropping frames? Yes, God. Chad, I wish before we got into this, one of y'all would tell me if that's happening. I'm not gonna blame you, just please, if you notice drop frames, say something. Because it is a bear to do this deeper into the stream. Because I'm gonna have to kill the stream here and try to fix it. Good. I also thought it was my internet. Yeah. But that's still money in EA's pocket. You're right, Digi. But you know what? They can have $4 instead of 70. Yeah, no, it's all good. Just if you guys start seeing choppy stream, maybe ask, maybe say something. Because it's probably not you. Usually that shit's Twitch. Because again, it's not even me. It's Twitch. That's what's doing it. So I have to switch the servers, which literally requires me to completely take down the stream, which sucks. Stupid. I wish we didn't have to do that. But I like a little bit. I wish I could just switch which server it's on. But I get there's probably some technical limitations to that. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, I can actually get away with Castoria Berserker's Bonsai. As far as this goes, man, do I want QP? Or do I want Bond? Oh, we can do that for right now. We'll get both, basically. Because again, that's even more attack power. Look at that shit. Look at that fucking attack power. God damn. My decision to do Pinth is working out. Yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can. Okay, so chat. Now, I have a confession. When I first tweeted out the image, it was the image that Avalon had sent me. And technically we were wrong about some of this. So the Berserker and Saber ones are different down here. The outer ring is slightly different, okay? So this is the Saber one. You can see like the card effects granted various like NP gain, critical stars, yada, yada, yada. For Berserkers, it is straight quick arts and buster attack up. However, what was wrong in the tweet image is we said that this scaled with remaining HP. Technically, that's correct. It's just not how that's implying it to go. We thought it was higher with lower HP. It's the inverse. It's actually the more HP you have, the more modifiers you have. So you're just pretty much guaranteed to have everything here. And you can see it scales with current HP. Basically max HP is equal to 50% of the buff. So, which again, it is the maximum of the buff is 50%. So it's really, really nice. We do get a couple of other ones here, which is when Guts is triggered, you gain 90% special defense up against the enemy, which is really, really nice because that's just going to make your Berserker character really tanky. And then there's also one down here that says if you do a non-specific chain, it will grant a 50% HP Guts to the self that is stackable with other non-grand score Guts for 1 time 3 turns. It's unremovable and it has a 4-turn cooldown, which means you can just keep getting this. That is going to make units like Herc pretty much just unkillable. Like, they're just going to be able to sit there and keep cycling their effects and their stacks of things, and it's going to be kind of hilarious to watch something like that. But in that regard, yeah. So considering you have the like, hey, when you do a non-specific chain, you get a 50% HP guts for multiple turns. You also, if you trigger the guts, get half that HP back, but then you're also going to get 90% special defense. So all of a sudden, the thing's only going to be doing 10% of its prior damage. If it was doing 100 damage to you, it's only going to be doing 10 damage now. So really, really nice in that regard. And again, I think the only one that actually remained the same was the Master Skill cooldown. That one just is what it is. There's also whenever you attack, you inflict target destruction. It's a 20% special defense down that isn't treated as a debuff, which means the enemy can't basically stop it on the enemy for 1 turn, and it can stack up to 5 times. Also, a successful Mighty Chain will grant an effect on attack buff that after attacking extends the duration of target destruction by 1 turn or 2 turns if you critically attack. So basically 1 time, 1 turn. Really, really interesting to see some of these. I think I've seen a lot of people kind of already be like, oh, you know, I don't like these. They're not like as good. I think they're fantastic. I think this is great. I think this is definitely going to be a powerful addition, and it's going to end up making your Grand Berserker not nearly as killable, which I think is really, really strong when you start considering the practical applications. Like, I'm not talking about just farming here. I'm talking about like taking them into a challenge environment. That 90% defense, that half HP guts, that's going to be pretty nice for stuff. That's going to actually allow you to just kind of like take some hits and keep on punching and berserking. So yeah, this is really, really good in that regard, and I think it's a really, really solid one. So let's see here. So just taking a look, obviously the card type buffs are kind of good here. So there's the quick, the arts, there's Buster. This is the Mighty Chain one right here. You can see they've just split everything. The non-specific chain is right here. So this is what would grant you the guts, which is paired up basically with the quick card one. So not maybe the best pairing for me, but is what it is. The Master Skills cooldown is over here with the arts, and the target destruction is over here with the Mighty Chain. So honestly, this one may be worth going in at first. That may be the best solution. Let me just real quick here. Oh, I'm gonna turn that off in the background so it's not playing. Let's see, and then the guts is down here with the Buster Chain. So yeah, I think I'll probably head up this way first, just because Castoria Berserker is arts, and then we'll probably kind of just go clockwise from there, and that'll probably be the better way to handle it. Now, I'm not going to have anything at first, so we're going to have to do some grinding here. But chat, oh crap, I haven't done too much on the Berserker one, have I? Well, wait, does this one scale? Yeah, it should. I think the prior rungs should still scale with class score. Yes, they do. Okay, so you've got the bond level cap. I don't know what mine is at. I don't know if mine's at the cap, but it should be close to it if not. And then this one is per class sign score, so it's just the generalistic card and extra attack effects for that. So mine will not be the strongest possible at the moment, but we can definitely do some work here and see what we can grab. So I've actually gotten the 2 pivotal unlocks from this. The rest is kinda up in the air. And it's actually quite ironic because it looks like I've gotten most of the arts increases. Let's just start sending stuff and see what we can get. Yeah, statues are going to be a little bit spicy here, but I should be fine in that regard. This is a normal red unlocker. That's a-okay and easy to get. Shells is no problem. Bullets is no problem. Don't have a whole lot of fangs or claws, but it's not an issue. Now, this is going to be a problem. The yellow ones I don't have a whole lot of, so I need to think about that here for a second and see, like, is this something that's actually worth investing? Because chat, what's the next class that we get in the grand score? Huh? There we go. Lancer? My Lancer one should be done. I'd have to go check it. Get that extra attack up. The extra attack's really nice, actually. Meteor shards, please no. Okay, that one needs to be... Lancer's next, and after that one's Rider. I mean, my Lancer, I think y'all know who I'm going to pick. Ah, shit. I didn't mean to go all the way out. Let's just double check. Because I may only have it just like Berserker there, where I have the NP damages out done. Yeah, so this one's going to be interesting. So, with only 4 of these, that could be a little bit of an issue. Rider, I haven't touched at all. And I think Stardust is actually going to be the crunch here for a lot of people. Caster, I haven't touched. Assassin, I haven't touched. In the grand scheme of things, I think I'm going to leave it here for right now. This is me just barely. So I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I could do that. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can do these. So I'm missing like 11 out of the total class score. That's really not that bad. That should be enough to get me a ton. Oh my god, game. You could use the class tickets to get you more statues. Yeah, and that's... I'm fine with that. Like, I'm not worried about the statues, really. Okay, so it would be 12, I think, with that. So basically, I'm missing 12 of these. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. So I'm missing 13 total out of all of this. And most of them are the command seal ones that I just don't want to touch. Yep. Yeah, we already know the date and time of the panel for anniversary, so we're good. But anyways, that should get her leveled up quite a bit now. Which, I'm not going to say she's going to be the strongest one you'll encounter then, but she's, like, God, chat, her performance might be 1% less. So I'm not super worried about it. And yeah, same thing as Jin here. I'm probably just going to take another Castoria Berserker because there's actual stupid synergy here. Since both of them have their Bonsi, and the Bonsi gives 15% each to Divine and Chaotic. That's 60% right here, chat. 60% extra damage for both of them to Herc. Not bad. So, yeah, we're going to go with my boy Asterios for right now, because I think he's just easy to use. But this may be a abuse type situation anyways. I'm actually going to throw her in the back line, just to help bond her. Though people should probably stretch that by focusing on getting 10% NP damage for the 7 of the 9 class cores. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of screwed because I've done extra 1 completely. So that's going to fuck me on one of them. And that's where it's like, my Berserker is so strong and so synergistic against this fight. I think it's probably a good idea to skimp here and save it for something like, I don't know, like Caster or something where I'm going to do like Castoria and it's not going to go well. So there's definitely going to be some issues with some of them. I'm just like debating who I want to bond here. Yeah, I think we're just going to prioritize some of these Bond 5 units. Low-key a cheat there. If you're using a Berserker 1 chat, don't forget that you can go get Ox Demon King out of the shop. Also, if you manage to have this one, this is a attack up. Basically just an attack version of Ox Demon King. Yeah, doesn't the Summer 1 Mystic Code have charge on it? I'm talking the old quick one with Invuln Pierce. It does? Then what I'm gonna do is we're gonna abuse some things here. Gotta be a 2-star. There's a 2-star. Caligula, get in there. I could be wrong. No, I'm pretty sure it does. This is the only Mystic Code I need to level, and this early, like the first 1 or 2 of these is not gonna pose a threat to me. So we're gonna kind of like just go with it, and I'm gonna abuse this for some easy Mystic Code leveling, because I'm not gonna get to do that probably on the later one. Probably. That's just him, right? Yeah. In fact, let me just send this. Like, can she just raw NP his ass? Oh boy. How much is the max health version of this, chat? like what's the highest this goes to? Oh my god. Oh, that's so beautiful. Holy crap. Like 2 more runs and it just levels up. 3.6? Okay. That'll definitely be interesting. See if we can amp the damage enough for that. It may require some bucketry. Okay, Deontay. What is that one you have equipped? You know. No. You beautiful person, you. He's got the Gordolf CD. Wait. Am I thinking that's a different one than it is? No, yeah, that's not the one. Damn it. It's not the Mysticode one. I was thinking it was. They gotta stop that. Some of that shit looks so damn similar. It's the same issue like we were doing the CE quiz and it's like, oh, which CE is this MASH CE? And you're like, oh my god, there's so many MASH CEs. It's like I know the answer, but I'm second guessing myself. I appreciated that when I was leveling Arctic. Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. So we pretty much know we don't need any help. I can just keep doing that. And this should be good at least until his HP value exceeds 1 million. Still no way to get those early summer Mystic codes, right? No, actually, that's how I have this. I was not around on JP for this, so JP has the ability to buy the early ones now. I'd have to go back and look to see if there's any Mystic codes that are missing from the shop on JP at this point, but I think it has just about everything. If there's something that's missing, it's probably a newer one. Oh my god. But how's it going, Katana? How are you today? Babylonia is still missing? And Summer 3. Oh, that sucks, because Summer 3 is such a good one. Damn, those mat drops? I haven't even been paying attention. What's it been dropping? I'm not looking at the materials. I'm looking at the master experience I'm getting. Let's take a level 100, because I'm not going to take it later. Let's give somebody else some FP. Chaos Claw is one of the drops. Works for me. Please tell me meteor shards are here. If meteor shards are here, I'm gonna fuck this thing up. They are? Oh. Oh. This is already the first 3 done, and I'm not even employing the full comp here that I'm using. Asterios is a really good option for damage amplification. His NP basically is going to allow him to get like basically 50% defense down on an enemy. So pretty nice. Again, it's not a mental debuff, so you shouldn't have to worry about that aspect of Herc. Already bonded up. There you go. There you go. Already. Already rank 8 there. So it would take at least a couple more runs to get that done. But god, that is abusable. Is the revenge for Megalos in Agartha? I don't remember if Saberface Run had trouble there. Saberface Run didn't have trouble with Megalos. It actually shat on him. Saberface Run had trouble in Agartha. Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess which fight in Agartha gave me trouble? If some of you were around back then, you remember, but... Yeah, it was actually Shez. And you wouldn't think that, but the reason why, the only Saberface writers at the time were Surfmo, who had just come out, and Santa Rider, like Santa Alter. That's it. Those are the only two. So we didn't have Maid Alter. We didn't have MHXA or anything like that. It was just like, yo, bro, go get fucked. It also gives shells, Cad. I mean, that's good if you need the shells. I don't, but shells have been... Ironically enough, shells have actually been a dead mat for my JP for a while now. Both from them being in lottos, and also just because, again, like you guys see, what are you farming right now with your storm pods on an A chat? Ain't much else to do but shells and QP. Ice? Yeah, some people might be doing the ice. I don't need the ice. There's ice and bullets, right? Is what that note is. So it's like ice and bullets, shells, and QP are like the three that most people would actually do. Oh my god, the bonding is ridiculous. This also gives bullets. Bullets I was fine on. Shells I was fine on. If it gives all the class score materials for Berserker, I'm good, because that should mean that meteor shards are, in fact, here. Okay, this is the 100. So this will probably be the first one that I need it. I'm probably going to use Avenger at some point, but just to showcase how that one's going to work. Let's take Moss here. And again, I should be able to get away with this until I get to the point that I actually need the second Castoria NP. Yeah, I think so, Wasted. That's been, like, what I have noticed. I mean, I actually didn't need that, but sure. Let's do... Not that it's going to matter for him. Let's see. Let's see how much damage we can amp here. Is this going to be enough to kill? It might not. And this also gives her overcharge, which gets her even more damage amplification. Didn't get overkill, but it did kill. So that's still enough, and that's pretty much enough to about 2 mil. Well, that's probably how much the next rung is. Either way, again, like, anything I can get out of this for this stupid shit-ass Mystic Code, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You do a grand candidate Zerk suggestions vid based off the grand duel reveal. I mean, I could. I don't really think you need to that much because it's pretty obvious. Like, Castoria Berserker stands out. Pent stands out. You can make other units work, but those two are probably going to be, like, the ones that actually hardest counter this. And again, like, if you want to change from there, you can. Lilith, I'm sure, is still working for people, but, you know, the charm's going to be an issue. I assume some level of, like Creamhild and, like, Morgan with another single target probably works. How about Summer Jalter? I've seen at least one person that did do a Summer Jalter. I have no idea how good it would work here. Wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on, did I fill up? What did I fill up on? The super foes? Oh, right, the super foes don't appear here. Oh! How would I even see them? Wait, are they all? I don't know why my brain was thinking they were class based again, and I was like, oh, I probably need to go deal with them from the last time. Okay, so then looking at that, who the fuck needs foes? Oh, right. Hold on. Is it 50 per? No, it's 100 per. I should be careful with this then. We can get her pretty damn close, but not all the way. Yeah, I forgot. Those don't show up over here. Like if you go to like your attack foes, there's no slot for a 5-star foe. It does not exist. So that's something they'll probably have to like change the interface for. And that'll probably come at like anniversary. I wouldn't expect that to show up too soon here. Okay, so those are my 2K units at the moment, chat. Which again, it's pretty much my grand candidates. So like there's Archer, there's Lancer, there's Rider, there's Caster, Assassins right here. We've already done Saber and Berserker. So who else do we want? Again, we got 3 extra classes here. We've also got Morgan Le Fay. I forgot I 2K foed and level 90'd my Tomoe. Goddamn. Time for another Grand Toria. Indeed, they give it the 71 Czar. Chat, can we get some love for Czar? Man. I'm only at MP2 on her. Do I have more of Salter? I'm MP5 on Salter. Actually, this might be a thing. Double XA? Nah, not yet. Why is Kermit giving me an existential crisis, chat? I hear it out of the corner of my ear. I'm like, huh? He's too deep in to see the skip. Oh, I didn't see the skip. There you go. That is a glad skip. Okay, now we should be okay, and I should be able to like not have to think about the gold foes for a little bit here. Okay, we got Bond, QP and Bond, and Toki. Yeah, there is the other one that you guys can do here. You can do Phantasmal Princess. And this might not sound like it's great, but while this doesn't scale up to the 2400 attack chat, it doesn't have Black Grail's, like, health tick effect. So if you're worried about, like, having the health bonuses, just saying. No, this is 9 drive. We're going to be driving to the 9s. So I'm going to risk it on this one, but I think the next one I'm going to have to switch off this Mystic Code. Because I'm going to end up needing to take the split charge summer 7? Summer 8? I don't remember which summer it was. The arts one. But basically, I think I can abuse this by just giving her even more overcharge here. Kind of works in some of the grand score effects, give more damage the more health you have. Yeah, and that's where, like I was saying before, it's like I was surprised by that. I thought it was the less health, and then we apparently had that backwards. So apologies for any confusion on that. Banana. Okay, so we didn't get him there. Ever so slightly short. But I have a Brave Chain. Now, keep in mind, I haven't done any of my buffs. So, like... this is actually doing pretty good, all things considered. So there was the first 2 turn. And now I'll just switch to a Mystic Code. Like, I can get that Mystic Code done at other points, so I'm not worried about it. Whoa. Calm down, capture card. So now I'm going to have to start getting a little bit serious about who I bring to the node as well. As we're getting up there. So, chat, the Mystic Code I'm referring to is this one. It's actually the Mystic Code you're going to be getting this year, so it should be, yeah, it should be Summer 8 here. Or was that 7? No, yeah, this is 8. But again, this one has 10% charge here and here. So it has 20% charge and it's split. And the reason that's going to matter, it's going to allow me to get both Castoria Berserkers to an NP. Just like mages. Like mages, but you can split it 10% each. So it's really, really nice. I actually really like it. Because this one already has the charge from the grand system, so I actually didn't need it. In fact, I probably should be buffing the other one because it's probably stronger than mine. This is 3.6 mil. Wait. I didn't think I was on the highest level one yet. Oh well. Dad, how the heck do so many people have Mystic codes all level 10? Mine take years to get a single level. Usually it's high-end content offers for some like really lucrative times for like leveling master or Mystic code experience. Yeah, you'll get times like lottos and stuff where it's like you're just gonna spam it. And then when you start doing that, if you can manage to work in a Mystic code like that, it starts getting nasty. By the way, try overcharge rank 5 here. This is a maxed overcharge. Oh, that's disgusting, and I love it. Feels good, man. And there you go, got a meteor shard. I'm gonna farm the fuck out of this. Oh, yes. Oh, that's why I was seeing this, and this is the final battle for when I do stuff. Okay, so this was the max rank one. I was like so confused. I was like, how are we already at 3.6 million? It just jumped up. You don't need triple NP? I probably don't. Whee! Whee! There we go. Got one of those. All right, let's go and invest for however much I can. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, no, I didn't. Sweet. All right, give me that. Once the art's up. Give me the charge per turn. Just shy. Do the extra attack, but honestly, I'm probably not going to be chaining too much here, so I think it's best to just hyper fixate on like the big things that gain the most benefit as fast as possible. The difference between level 6 and level 7 health is a pretty big jump on these. Yeah. Wait, which one was this, chat? Was this writers or was this... This is costumed people, right? Oh, really? With the mud rain? That must just be the best thing they have. Let's do it. Let's see if it works. Then came the Dark Times, the reality TV show. Yoink, and there you go. Now I don't even need the charge mystic code, which is kind of funny. So I can probably get away with the Summer 3 mystic code now. This is a rank 5 overcharge, and mine should be, because they had the overcharge C. So this is not going to do as much damage, I suspect, but... Yeah, only 2 mil there. No other Mystic Code is Invuln and Pierce, right? Correct. Only the Summer 1. Whatever Aeon Flux was, yeah. Hello, Robo. Oh, I didn't see. How much did mine do there, chat? There's a lot of bond. And I don't even have the teapots on. That is terrifying. That's a 175? What they got? I actually wish you could see their grands from here. That's something they should do when inspecting an account. I guess, nah, I guess it doesn't matter because you're gonna be able to see it on the normal stuff anyways. I have a sneaking suspicion that this is a new whale. Like, it's somebody that's been playing for a good chunk of time, but like when you see something like this, you can't normally be this far without grinding the grand system. So I suspect due to their loadouts that they're just because like a lot of their stuff was in P5, but then they don't even have a second loadout. So you're like, huh, it's probably a newer whale when you see something like that. Either way, I'll take it if they'll accept me. Oh no. Okay, that was with the teapot on. I was about to be like, holy crap, dude. 3.2 mil? Okay, good. Yeah, if I can get to the point that I only need like single Castoria Berserker, that'd be great. The Morgan C's from the Burrito Lotto. Burrito Lotto. Okay, so that person's been playing for at least a couple of years then. Can I get away with just that? Let's see. I take Lilith sometimes when I do a lower node too. Lilith should work with my Castoria Berserker, but like the issue at play is I don't need Lilith to turn this enemy chaotic because this enemy is already chaotic. It's like that's normally where I would use the two together, and I don't need it here. How's it going, Char? Oh wow, she got it with the card. Just barely. So that was without Asterios NP. When you see Bond 7 filling up like as if it's one of the like first 5 Bond levels, that's terrifying. Yeah, we're about to level up here. Some people use the anti-divine C and it works okay. Yeah, the only issue is you're probably combining, like literally, I'm dead serious. The only thing stopping Castoria from just like one-shotting this shit easy without help is the fact that she has power mod instead of super effective. If it was super effective, oh my god, the damage output would be dumb, okay? So the fact that it's power mod, it's stacking additively with like other sources of NP damage up, other power mods and stuff like that. So it's like, it's not scaling as well, but there's so much of it flying around. I was talking with Bob. I think basically if you do a double Castoria setup like I'm doing here, the Castoria in the final slot has something like 260% power mod against Herc. 260. That's fucking disgusting. Like, that's just stupid. And that's not including like Black Grail adding 80% more, right? That's just the power mods between the two Castorias. Castoria my support does 4.6. Yeah, I believe it. What are you using to like set her up, R? Take Mose here. I'm gonna switch. go to the Summer 3. That it should be a little bit more damage output here. Though it is NP damage up. Oh, they have the 50% effect on their Castoria. Why? You don't need it. I guess it's maybe so that they can spare the 20% charge for somebody else. I don't know. That's a little odd. Put mine third here and let's see. Double Zerk, Castoria, Ibuki, MC Arctic. Yeah. So you're basically just using Ibuki for her targetable buff then. Are you even using the second Castoria? Or are you just using her for the overcharge? There we go. I'm surprised no one Grand Darthoria. To be fair, not that good for this, and mine on my JP account is woefully anemic compared to my NA account. NA, it'll be much more of a consideration. JP, eh. Also, wait, did I still not level there? Crap. Lack of charge hurts, yeah. That's why I made the video that I did. I'm not sure a lot of people watched it, but I gave you guys suggestions for how to build compositions for this. Why? Because I knew this was going to be a thing. People were going to struggle. I guess it saves me time. I don't have to do as much here. Herc can be pain. He can drain 20% NP with normal hits. Yeah. I've heard people complaining about that. It's like you basically want to one-shot this or not at all. I can't wait for Victoria. Her NP is so pretty. I love it. I definitely think she's a little too strong. Like she is a power creep unit again. And that's why, like, when Lilith came out, I wasn't screaming about power creep. I was just like, yeah, Lilith's power creep, but she's just matching Castoria's freak, basically. So it's like, the only issue at play there is not that Lilith was as strong as Castoria Berserker. It's that now you had two Berserkers that were so damn strong, and everybody else is just left in the dirt. And it's like, that's not good for them at that point. I just stun him with the Mystic Code. Yeah, I mean, that's a safe play if you're worried about, like, one-tapping. Let's go for it. Let's try it with Lilith here. Melgazord, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Why roll any of the 6 single target classes, am I right? Yes. I mean, I've always been a big proponent of, like, understanding when to use Berserkers and such. I think that's his debuff resistance, it is. As she landed it. At least I think. Doggos, yes. They sleep. Hello, how's it going? Now wait for the new single target Buster Zerker with 100% charge. Technically, that already exists, and it's probably not who you think. That full body shot's definitely nice. I actually am not a huge fan of the face close-up, though. Because the face close up, you actually notice it's like, you notice how hand drawn it is. Which, I mean, it's not bad if that's like the aesthetic you're going for, but like with some of the others, you don't see that. Either because they're happening so split second. Like, it is there with Castoria, but it happens so fast you don't pay attention to it. Alright, so that worked. We were able to get away with Lilith at least. Oh wow, this person has Michonne. Oh wait, and they, oh wow. They granded Kurohime? It's actually kind of impressive. Not gonna lie. Bro, some people, I don't get some people's event supports. It's like you have all these fantastic units and then you choose to only put up the meta supports. Yeah, that's all anyone's ever gonna use. Okay. I mean, I get it, but it's like there have been plenty of times that I have not taken a meta support. Right. I get it, but I ain't accepting it. It's my JP account. I don't really care. I got plenty of slots. It's hard to keep people consistently playing JP. I don't know why that is, because like you get people that are like JP elitists and stuff, but then they just like, some people just don't fucking play and stick to it. I couldn't begin to tell you why. I can only say that like in my experience, my JP account is the one that fluctuates far more. Often have a non-meta support as most used, I find. It really does depend. But like, for instance, if it's like, oh, it's a Lancer node and you have a really good Saber, there are people that are like, man, they could barely do the event. And then they find your account and they're like, I'm just going to keep abusing this person. Just going to keep using it. Okay, that took a card, so that was not ideal. It is interesting. I'm basically not needing Asterios, though. I thought I would. If I understood Japanese, I'd probably have one, but oh well. Have one what? Couple went with Say, and he has to take a bunch of T-Zerkers. Yeah. Yeah. Like, depending on who your grand is, oh, there you go. So there is a spicy MHXA grand, and like, you know, all credit to the person. It's a 120 NP4. They do have the Bond C, but they also have the charge effect instead of the Bond C. The problem that you'd have is like, for instance, with me taking her, basically I have Castoria Berserker who can get herself to 100%, but then that leaves nothing for anyone else. So she, let's see, does she actually have? Does she actually? Wow. So they also have three append effects. So she would be starting at 70% here. I could literally get her like 20% from Mystic Code. The issue at play is I need 10% from somebody else. So this would be like I'd have to take like Morgan Le Fay or something, or Lohi, or like anybody that can give charge to someone else in the Berserker category for this to work. So I'm not going to do it now, but if I see that later, if you guys remind me when I'm like going into a node, I will definitely try to like scoop up someone like that and see if we can pull it off. Yeah, so Czar has the idea. Here's your 100% charging Berserker chat. Freaking Sono G. Sono G just doubles any source of charge he has on him. So it's actually kind of hilarious. Echan? Yes. put Ace Cup on their event support, causing me to scuff doing a run. I mean, like, I haven't had an issue picking those out, but I totally understand. I understand if you're not paying attention how it happens. Just to be safe, because this one didn't have the starting charge for Berserker, I'm gonna pop Asterios' NP just to make sure this kills. Because full charge from Grand, it's 80. Oh, that's true. That is a good point. So I probably could finish that. I didn't even think about it. Haven't seen many Grand Galateas so far. To be fair, again, I think like the Grand system is somewhat telling. Not only are you seeing like very meta choices here, but part of that's going to be, again, because of the farming. The other thing is, too, I think down the line, a lot of these choices are just going to stick because people are going to be concerned with gameplay aspects of granding. But we'll see, right? Like, again, I plan to do Castoria for my Grand caster. So it's like, we'll see what happens to somebody that chooses a like non-meta thing. And I say non-meta, obviously a Castoria is going to be really good for something like that. But as opposed to like taking a damage dealer, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So we'll just have to kind of play that one by ear. And again, you can switch who your Grand is, so that's not going to be like the end of the world for me or anything. Looks like I got another one from that. Got more of the faux pas. And let's go check the God, I love this song. I'm gonna grab that. Actually, was the defense thing on defense down thing, was that on normal attacks? When attacking. That does not specify. So we should probably go get that. Friend made Beowulf his Grand? Nice. Like I said, charge is the biggest annoyance here, but like, if you're confident you can get the job done, go for it. Why not, right? Oh my God, do I pray? Yeah. Jun-chan. Which one is this? No, that's the costume one. Wait, so which one was the Habitrot one, chat? Lawful females. Oh. Ooh, interesting. So that's actually not terrible for, at least for like my Castoria, but thing is, I don't need to bond my Castoria Berserker. She's already like redonkulous. I am noticing like now after this first one, there's a lot less 120s. Like this time around, people just don't have it. Castoria's neutral good? Is she not awful? Really? Huh. Turbo. Yeah, whatever. Send it. Yeah, let's go with this. And I want to see, like, do I get that defense down? Castoria is a terrorist, so she can be lawful. Oh, can't be. I was gonna say, I was like, that's ironic, but sure. I wonder what the chances are for winning the FGO Fest Lotto. That I have no idea. It probably depends on overall interest, right? Okay, so it looks like the defense down applies after damage, which is unfortunate because now we're about to get Rock'em Sock'em tier. I knew that other Castoria Berserker, though, was not up to snuff. That's right, get him, Asterios. You show him who the big red Berserker is. Here's hoping, then. Coping? I think both apply. Archer Herc when? Good question. Don't know. Oh, I was looking at this and I was like, man, I'm like, am I close to capping on this server too? And then I was like, wait, no, it's 10 billion on this server. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't gotta worry about that. We ain't capping. Wow, a 120 Kentucky. I want to try this. It's only an MP3. We're going to do the Asterios NP here. And I'm actually going to put Kentucky's third since mine has the defense down effect. Yeah, next one's Nemo Moss. It's basically like Christmas at the end of the year. Does this Herc have a special death animation like Musashi? Ooh, that's a good question. I actually don't know. Like, if he does, I haven't really seen it. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't, because that was kind of a, like, Musashi gag they were pulling there. But as far as I know, I haven't seen it. Well, that worked. Ended up getting Battlefront 2? Nice. Yeah, mine just finished installing. Ahado's all over the Weird Al tonight, I see. And if I can get my Castoria, like, amped up enough, I think I can maybe switch back to the summer Mystic Code, which not bad at that point. Sorry, summer 1 Mystic Code. I didn't specify enough there. Is it time to play Star Wars? Maybe. Ooh. Ooh, that was weight room. Do you think anyone else has done a Grand Asterios? I mean, to some extent, there's probably a grand of just about everything, since, again, I think this one's going to come down to, like, it's not as bad as people think it is because of just how synergistic and prolific Castoria Berserker is. I think even if you choose an off choice, you can still just have a castrated Berserker carry you. And I think that just makes it really good. Like, that makes it, like, not matter as much. So I'm kind of, like, A-okay with the idea that there is somebody like this for just about every single, like, one of these. Like each additional Grand Class system that comes out, if there's a hard carry for each one, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's great. It's like, yeah, I mean, I guess technically you need them on your friends list type deal, but ew, what the heck? People, level your freaking charge skills. This is gonna make this spicy now. Got a pre-card? Get the defense down on? If the Grand Lancer fight is male, Lancer will hard carry that one. I don't know about hard Strom, but sure. Considering Lancer is one of the least damaging single target Lancers. But still, yeah. I guess to a degree it's going to come down to what the scaling is. And again, I think the grand scaling just makes so much of this a non-issue. I don't have 200 bonded Berserkers, so I don't start with 30% charge. Oof. People just run Melisson? Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sure some people will just like, LOL, I can Melisson this. I can already see it. Already. Because that's like any content that comes out in the game, LOL, I can Melisson this. I don't think people really care about single target Melo. It won't matter. To some people, it's like bragging rights. But no, it's all good. I can get myself out of any of these because my Castrated Berserker's strong enough already at this point. So I'm not like super worried about like a scuffed run. It's just one of those like pet peeve things where you're like, God damn it, now this is gonna take multiple turns and I'm gonna have to like think. But it's not like it's impossible by any stretch. Let's see. The Mighty Chain effect was the extension of target destruction. Do I care about that as much? I think we're gonna get the Buster up instead. And then the quick up. Like, I'm just gonna do this just so that now I have all three card types. Which now I can't get that. Yeah, whatever. Oh, this is the Chad, is this the opening to Rock is a Lady's Modesty? Yes? Okay. Went to dine there? Oh, that's unfortunate. At least we're in the like post-COVID era now where like the restaurants don't seem to be struggling as much all around. Because I know that was the issue for a while. There's like restaurants were just kind of messed up because they couldn't get people to like actually go. There's a good chance Grand Lancer will probably have Divine Trait. Yeah, Grand Lancer's going to be an interesting one. Because it's like, there's a lot of candidates for it. You want my honest to God guess at who it is? Chat, who do you think is going to be Grand Lancer? Like, who do you think they're going to use for the fight? I think it's going to be Shisho. Lartoria would be an interesting idea. Roma also, like, I think it's going to be Shisho or Roma is who they're going to choose. I would prefer if Kuba's Grand Lancer. Honestly, that'd be really cool of them. And at least here with Herc, we see them doing a 4-star. So I'm not going to say it's impossible. Hear me out, Grand Don Quixote. I would laugh. That would be amazing. I like no ill will towards that choice. I would laugh so hard. She shows the ideal figurehead. Yeah, that's I kind of see them going with that. Like some of their more iconic units is what they seem to be trying to do. At least so far. We'll see, right? Think if they made it the Valks to be an AoE fight, that would be interesting to see them mix it up. And that was something I had considered for this is like, what if the Berserker fights AoE? What would that mean? And so far, like right now, it's all single targets. But yeah, it's like, what do you do if they start doing AoE fights here? That starts to get spicy territory. General, thank you for the big 7-0. Jack, can we get some love for General? How you doing, bud? Don't take Hardis. Okay. Scream at Hardis. At 98%. Just for that, I'm making you carry this. Since we got 3 in peace, chat, let me go get some ice for my drink. Ah. Did he carry? Oh, we're finding out. Grand Caster Medea? That'd be really cool, actually. But, like, that'd also be really sad, right? The only one we might see is for extra. Yeah, I do wonder what they're going to do with the extra system after this, right? Nightingale Bond 6. See, Hurtus? You were fine. 3 million damage? Yeah, see? Look what you did. Look what you did, Hurtus. Okay. Now let's take Ashes and make fun of him. Ash doesn't have enough charge. What is this 4% bullshit? I'm gonna have to carry Ashes. The best Ascension, though, so Ash gets a pass? Debatable, but sure. See the Florida man story who fought an alligator with shears and survived? feel like that's a not that surprising story, actually. Like, I wouldn't want to be in that situation, but yeah, sounds like a typical Florida man. Ooh! Here, we'll let Ash have the NP. Ash can carry me. 7 extra classes too, though. Yeah, I think what they're gonna do, like Avalon said, I think it's gonna be like extra 1 and extra 2 is what they'll do, and you'll be able to pick 1 from each of the groupings, and you won't be able to get like, oh, an extra 4 or like a Grand Foreigner, a Grand Pretender, a Grand Alter Ego, a Grand Ruler, a Grand Avenger. Like you're gonna have to like pick 1 from the group. But that will be interesting to see some grands from that. Like, God, you get like Grand Mash. Dad, cheer for the Panthers. Did the Panthers win already? Like, is it already over? I thought I saw someone posting that like these were all the like titles that Florida teams have. But I have not been following it, admittedly. Man banned from an aquarium for trying to baptize an octopus in the name of the deep. Nice. Nice. That's all I can say. Having the extra class duels be AoE would be nice. It might alleviate things to an extent if they did something like that, so... I kind of want a special slot for Mash so she can become Grand Shielder. Ah, yes. The best and simultaneously worst shielder ever. Because she is the only shielder so far. Did I pop the Mystic Code buff? I did not. Give me that. How crazy is Florida, Cad? Well, it's like simultaneously not crazy at all, but then like I want you to picture like in your head any given scenario. And let's say there are good and bad outcomes for this scenario. Don't think along the lines of good and bad. Think along the lines of what is the craziest possible thing you can imagine happening? And that is an example of Florida. The beginning and end, yes, the alpha and the omega of shielders. It's not Australia, so it's infinitely more livable. Yeah, I mean, I once heard someone ask the question of who would win between Australian wildlife and humans from Florida. And the best answer that I heard was that they would breed. Please no. And it was hilarious too because people were in the comments and they were like, I hate that this is a viable solution. It's like, what do you mean viable? I got a pre-card there. Actually, now that I have the defense down, pre-carding makes a little bit more sense rather than post-carding. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you have like the Jurassic Park theme playing in the background. I laughed so hard I woke up the boyfriend. Australia is something else. I think both Australia and Florida just are. It's the it takes all kinds, right? Yeah, honestly, Florida wildlife's no joke either. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, chat, I'm gonna give you an example of this, okay? So, I mean, shit, first of all, like, literally just on my way to my parents today, just randomly on my way to my parents. Food? That's true. I could have hit them. Turkeys? Yeah, just turkeys. But like, no, like, honest to God, like, I was talking to, like, I think it was Zephyr about this the other day, where it's like, hey, you want an example of how Florida wildlife is just fucking weird? I had to swerve with my car the other day, chat, to not hit something on the road. Do you know what it was? No one's gonna get this. No, I guarantee you, no one can guess. I guarantee you, no one can guess. Even you people who live in Florida, you can't guess. A spider? Hardest is the closest. Let's see. A giant grasshopper. There were two, like, crickets crossing the road. They were so freaking big, I swerved the car. I'm not kidding you, chat. We're talking like this big. Like literally like that big. And I was like, did I just see that? It was one of those things where it's like, I couldn't believe it. I've seen worse. Oh no, listen, it's fine. It's just, that was an example of, like, this is Florida wildlife. It's just so freaking random sometimes. And so it's like, huh? Like what do you mean? Why was that in the road? Why were there multiple of them? Why were they crossing the road? It's like, what the heck is going on type situations. Like this? No, I mean like literally not this, right? But like, we're talking like at least like that big. Right? So like not all this, but at least like the body size. Why were they crossing the road? Well, I mean, yeah, it's to get to the other side, obviously. But like, no, again, on my commute, I have had my car attacked by a hawk. Not with its claws. No, instead it hit my car with a stick. Welcome to Florida, chat. It's not so different than Australia. The only difference, not everything is poisonous in Florida. That really is the only difference. Everything else, otherwise, freaking crazy. When it has a weapon? Exactly. Everything in Australia is venomous for no particular reason. I think it's like there's a like tipping point in nature where when enough stuff is venomous, other stuff has to become venomous to stop the venomous stuff from preying upon it. It's like, fine. It's kind of like a Mexican standoff, right? Where you're like, okay, fine. If you're going to be venomous, then I'm going to be venomous. Like, okay, you want to eat me? Cool, try. And I think at that point, it's just like, yeah, because of that, everything is like armed to the teeth. I guess the Australians should be lucky that like emus aren't venomous. Become poisonous or at least look like it. Yeah, there's definitely some animals that mimic the poisonous patterns of other animals, but they're not actually poisonous, which is really funny. Ants that shoot acid from every orifice as a defense mechanism? Yeah. Yeah. See what this person has. Oh, it's King Tut. Got a Grand Charlemagne as well. Oh, whoa, that's rare. Hassan of the Shiny. I don't know what's going on with that, but sure, why not? Yeah, it's been a long time since I heard this song. Emus don't need to be venomous. They can beat the Australian military on their own. Right. And that's probably why they haven't evolved, right? Because I think at this point, like everything else in Australia, it's like sink or swim. It's like you either get eaten or you evolve to not be eaten. And like in the emu's case, they just won so they didn't have to evolve. It's kind of like how alligators haven't changed in like millions of years because they don't need to. They're kind of an apex predator. Nothing really eats them. Did I wonder at what point are Australians going to become poisonous since they're not the top of the food chain? Movies later? Maybe. I can't commit to that because I have no idea how tired I'm going to be by the end of stream. I am drinking caffeine, but that probably will not help me this week. I have a conundrum. 120 Zerctoria or 120 banana for the lulls? Whichever you want. My advice, honest to God, Cal. My advice, do your 120 Zerctoria now, and if you want, switch it later. Because your Zerctoria is going to be way better here. And then Bob comes in swinging with a banana. Whee! Why not both? Sorry, I wasn't clear. As a support unit. Why does that change anything? Can a Zerctoria rotate? I mean, like, they can T-pose, and they float, so I assume so. There's got to be, like, some sort of repulsor lift under that skirt. So it's just like, it's like a microwave. It just spins. just like a microwave plate with a banana on it. Yeah, my Castoria Berserker is going to be bottom 12 really fast here. Oh my god, how did I get so many of the 6.5 mat? Good god, I guess I don't need that very much. Banana. Rotate. Rotate banana. I have a Zerctari of my own. I'm picking my support for the fight. I mean, then just go with the banana then. Test it out. Take one for the team. See if Ibaraki can work. Wait. Did I just see 98% again? Is this hardest? Is that it's only hardest that leaves me at 98%? Add me for the friend missions? Yeah, feel free to ask. I nearly screamed in agony. I was almost served a banana protein smoothie during work the other day, but you wouldn't have even known. You wouldn't have even tasted it. Ash was like, right in me banana bone. Me think me go die now. I'm gonna yell at you. So what? Did you yell at the person and tell them to stop making it? Like no, don't put the banana in. Cad, for a minute there, that sounded like a bad Irish accent. No, a bad Irish accent would be like, top of the morning to you. I don't think this is hardest. I don't know who this is. Please don't. I heard chat that they're probably gonna, or at least like there's rumblings that they might make a sequel to Tropic Thunder, which I'm like, is the world actually healing? Is comedy returning finally? We're getting Spaceballs 2 and potentially a Tropic Thunder 2? Like, yes. Yes. Like, finally. Finally, people aren't just going to be so triggered at everything. I say that. I'm sure some people will complain about it. Let's back out. Grab some more grand score stuff. Current year, it'll be shit. That's what I'm worried about. Naked Gun trailer actually felt like a Naked Gun movie. There's points that are really cringe for that trailer, but then you're right. There are other points where it's like, oh my god, they're actually nailing the vibe. And I'm surprised by that. It's the like dry humor at taking everything literally that like was it Leslie Nielsen did so well? Like, we're getting Spaceballs 2? Yes, we are getting Spaceballs 2. A 98-year-old Mel Brooks confirmed it. Because he made the announcement. Do that. Do that. Do that. I think that's just telling me that the mission is unlocked. I like how one part of that was in Japanese and the other button just said okay. That's like, hold on. as part of the ritual to become an immortal lich. You know what? I'm okay with that. If anybody deserves immortality, it's Mel Brooks at this point. He's just such a fun guy. Mel Brooks along with Dick Van Dyke are national treasures. Yeah, I forgot. He's still alive. Dick Van Dyke has like been kicking it for a while now. But it's good because they're generally positive influences. What if they suck? I mean, I'm hopeful, right? Like, at this point, if they're even half as good as the originals, I'm gonna love it. If they're not, then that's unfortunate, but I'll take it just in the realm of like, at least they tried and effort was made type deal. Yeah, it seems like pre-carding with one card here to get the defense down is just the most consistent way to do this. That does 1.8. Did you stream the Spaceballs 2 announcement trailer during Media Share Night? I did not. Why did other spoof movies fail in the past? Like, what do you mean? Like, can you give me an example of what you're talking about? I'm not gonna say that like no spoof movie has ever failed. Just like specifically, what are you asking? Because I think with anything like that, it's like context is gonna matter. Because it'd be like, ask me why the like Disney Snow White live action remake failed, and I can give you numerous reasons why, including just it's a bad movie. There's the actual skill issue. Yes. Let's see if this person actually has defense down on theirs. They do. Okay, sweet. Some try to milk it to wear out their welcome, or just came too late. Yeah. I like a little bit too. I think part of the issue that we have in Hollywood now is that there's way too many actors that are like, they're overpaid, right? And they're kind of, I'm not going to say they're like hacks and that they're like, they're not good at their job, but like they feel like they're one tricks where they don't have range. They're not like a classically trained actor that like got brought up on like Broadway and like they can sing and dance and like they're multi-talented, right? Like instead it feels like they're kind of just like, oh, I got famous by luck and now I'm just never going away and I need to be inserted into everything. For example, we did not need Scary Movie 5. Yeah, like I said, there's definitely like spoofs where it's like, okay, they were overplayed, right? And that stuff, it's like, yeah, I can understand why that failed. But honestly, you want the reason that like comedy died? We let the crazies like dictate society for a while. Like the fact that like you can't say anybody without offending anyone or say anything without offending anyone is like one of the most stupid things. And I think everybody's just kind of getting tired of it now at this point. And like, you want an exact example, chat? That is still the case here on Twitch. There are still things that like can and can't be said. There are still things where it's like, oh, if you do this and it's like not against Twitch's TOS, it's not against like any sort of like law or anything, Twitch will still just arbitrarily decide to ban you because they just didn't like it. So it's like, that sucks. That shouldn't be the case. I think that sort of like mentality needs to go the way of the dodo. Yep, like the Tectone ban, unless you're Hassan. Yeah, like I gotta, obviously I don't want to get into like any sort of like politics of it or anything like that, but it's just like it's really stupid. I think it's just so exhausting at this point where it's like you feel like you have to walk on eggshells. And you really shouldn't have to. It really should just be you can be yourself, and if people don't like that, it is what it is. But like I think at that point it's perfectly fine, right? Because like if somebody is being like really toxic or something like that, are they going to attract toxic people to them? Sure. Yeah, they will. They probably also won't be as successful though as people that aren't. So it's like in general, that type of person's always going to like end up pissing people off and like kind of ending up like getting kind of their karmic due, if you will, where it's like you've seen it as well as I have, where it's like somebody basically fucks around and they find out. So people forcing padded rooms on everyone. Yeah, I would agree, right? Or you can do pretty much whatever you want if you pull enough money. I mean, it's really funny, right? Because like that is at least part of the reason why people have gone to like Kick. I don't think like to me, Kick is just another like alternative platform, right? Like it's not something that like it really bears worth mentioning most of the time. But I also understand why some streamers are just like they're fed up with Twitch and they would rather go somewhere where they don't feel like they're constantly being tone policed. And that I can't say there's any issue with that. If Pamela Anderson is playing a new character or reprising her old one in the Naked Gun franchise, that would be really interesting if they actually did like some cameos and stuff. Because at least from the trailer, you've seen like they do reference some of the older characters. So I wonder if that's going to be a thing. Actually, I feel like, to a degree, I feel like this is going smoother than the Saber one did for me. Like, I'm having to take a little bit more time usually on the refresh here, but this is just a very consistent comp. And right as I said that, I just had to jinx myself. Let's see here. Gonna stack as much defense down as I can. You're not using an AoE this time? Yeah. And that's what, like, that's kind of why it's like, I just said, okay, look, I don't actually need to, like, super invest in this one because my Berserker is just strong enough to shit on this. But yeah, no, I'm really happy that, like, they're doing more projects like that. I think what the world actually does need is comedy. I think it's the only way to bring people together at this point. It's the only way to like make us forget our differences, to just like have fun again. And like if that sort of thing starts happening, I also think it'll just make Hollywood better. Like, but I was talking about this a little bit before stream because what came up? I think this very topic of like comedy came up, and I was saying it's like a little bit the reason we haven't had comedies is I don't think like I think Hollywood got so worried about like pissing anyone off, they stopped investing in any sort of comedy. They were just like, no, we're not gonna fund this. Like, do it yourself if you want, but like we're not gonna be a part of this. And I think that caused issues. I think that's how a lot of this ended up the way it did, and we just haven't had really that many comedies coming out over the years, and even the ones that we have had kind of like fell flat, if you will. So I think now with some of these like again, it's like, oh, it's a sequel to a prior one, or it's like made by a big name or something like that. Like again, the Naked Gun remake is made by Seth MacFarlane, so the guy that did like Family Guy and a bunch of other stuff, right? So it's like, if they start to do that, then maybe Hollywood will be like, okay, wait, the tone has shifted. People like this again. We don't have to be so worried about it, and maybe they'll start investing in it, and that may be better. he hasn't written any Family Guy in a decade. I mean, that's fine. I doesn't bother me, right? Also, most movies over the past few years try to be half comedies. Yeah, you're not wrong. Like there's definitely a lot of like rom-com, for instance, right? Like type stuff. Though admittedly, like I was saying before, it's like I think the last time I went to the movies was for the new Top Gun. And before that, I don't think I had been to the movies in a hot second. So it's like I've only been to the movies like once in maybe like the past 5 years. And I know I'm like not alone in that. I think there's a ton of people that are like not actually like going to the movies right now. It worked for Marvel. Yeah. I think Marvel's the textbook example of too much of a good thing, right? Where it's like people really like the Marvel movies and then they hit Avengers Endgame and everyone was like content and then they just kept spamming them out and people like didn't care and there was just attrition. Daffy Duck and Porky Pig movie and Death of a Unicorn? Really? And it borders on cruelty or crosses a line to something harmful. That's where it's not funny anymore. I mean, like, can you give me an example? And like I do agree with what you're saying, but like I feel like at least like most comedies don't go that route usually. Have you played Parasite Eve? No. But I've definitely heard of it. I had to Google it because I was like, man, I'm just not like I know the name, but I don't have a mental image for it. Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary is when I last saw a movie in theaters. Yeah, if I had known about that, I probably would have gone and saw it. But like they kind of just like threw that one out there and I was just like, oh crap, I didn't realize this was going to be a thing. But why do you ask? They had a stretch of movies that were all the same but with different characters. Yeah. Last movie I watched was the Warcraft one. My condolences. The Warcraft movie is not good. And I know because I've seen it on Sci-Fi. I never went to the movie theaters, but like it just confirmed every doubt that I ever had about that movie. Anybody see the new 28 Years Later movie? No. Have you played The Suffering 1 and 2? No. Unless you're like referring to some old school game where I suffered a bunch. WandaVision, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Captain America, Brave New World. Yeah, I didn't watch any of those. To be fair, I still have watched some movies, but it's like I've watched them on like Netflix or Amazon or something like later when they came to that. So it's not like I haven't seen anything. It's just like I have not gone to the theater in a hot second. And to be fair, like I kind of want to start going again. I just wish the theater in my like city was better. Kind of crap. What about Marvel Jesus Deadpool 3? Yeah, Deadpool 3 was good. I've seen it, like, but I didn't see it in the theaters. It amazes me how studios can so consistently fuck up doing adaptations because they assume it's too childish or unrealistic. I mean, we were talking about this the other day, but it's like, look at the Final Fantasy VII remake. How do you fuck that up? That is a slam dunk, and yet now it's like become a polarizing game, and it's like, how do you fuck that up? You could have literally just remade the original with better graphics, and people would have just splurged all over it. So the only thing I can assume is because somebody gets a big idea in their head that they can't do something and that they need to change, and that inevitably causes things to go bad. Like, we heard recently about, like, I think Jason Schreier wrote another expose on BioWare, and we got to hear a whole lot about how Dragon Age Veilguard was, like, fucked up. And it's really funny because in the process of that article, there was several things where I could point it out where it was like Jason Schreier was kind of full of shit. He actually was like patting himself on the back, and he wasn't like telling the whole truth here, and he was skipping over stuff. But the takeaway is still just that like BioWare was largely dysfunctional. A good chunk of that was because EA was just not listening to the developers. EA just forced decisions on them and didn't listen to them. And it's like, oh my god, the game turned out like crap and it underperformed. You don't say. Oh, that's tempting to go with the Brave Chain. An extra attack would probably be a lot. You know, let's do it. Let's see how much damage we get out of this. We'll pre-card. At this point, because of the defense down here, this is almost like a Hokusai chain. Where we're pre-carding with arts cards. It's like normally you wouldn't do that, but you can. Good old bad lip reading. Was the Snow White remake? It was the worst mistake of my life. Yeah, I'm sorry, I wouldn't pay money to go see that. Like, money's tight enough as is. I don't need to be wasting money on crap like that. Like, if I'm ever, like, unfortunately, for better or worse, going to the movies is an expensive experience. I do not have a girlfriend right now. My parents are older. They don't need to be going either. And I don't have much in the way of real life friends. Sad but true. So it's like, why do I need to waste money going to the movie theater for a movie that I'm not like 100% sure on? Right? Like, that is just a waste. That is setting myself up for disaster. Because it's not like I have somebody else there to like share the companionship and like, it's like, oh, well, you know, like the movie sucks, but I can be like sucking face of the person next to me. No, instead it's just like, well, I guess I'm just going to have to suffer through this and regret spending my money and like potentially just walk out. It's like, no, I'd rather not. Ugh. Want to make it different from the original, which conflicts with people wanting Final Fantasy VII Remake in the first place. Yeah. And yeah, like, I'm not going to like fault anybody who likes the 7 Remake in that regard. Fine. But I think when you make a decision like that, it's just inherently polarizing. It's you're already just going to immediately piss off a group of people. So it's like, I don't think that's the best idea. There's the idea with like video game making where you can't please everybody, and just in general in life, right? You can't please everybody. But like, that was one of those where it was like, you didn't really think about that one, devs, did you? George Kamitani dunked on Jason Schreier? Oh, really? What did he say? I'm not familiar with that. I think Schreier, for better or worse, is one of the gaming industry's only actual journalists. I think he's an investigative journalist, and I think he actually does his job. But even the best journalist is going to have some issues. And it's why, like, I can sit there and be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's not telling the truth here. And like, chat, like, verifiably not telling the truth on some of them, where it's like, he's literally stating something that we already know to be a falsehood. And it's like, oh, well, if I have proof, then that kind of makes his statement there a little bad, but it is what it is. Like, sometimes just in the same way, it's like, I might say something on stream that's not true because I'm just ignorant or I just, like, forget, right? And unfortunately, I think when you get to, like, Schreier's level, you've got enough acclaim that, like, your editor's not really actually oversighting you. He's just going to let you print what you want because he knows you're the only person actually trying. So I think it's like, that's how, like, some of that stuff just slips through the cracks. Someone in charge saying they're going to make it more realistic. 9 out of 10 times the realism isn't even in the top 50 things I'm looking for regarding the IP. Yeah, I mean, like, if they wanted to, like, make, like, let's say, like, a Fate live action, right? And they wanted to make it realistic. I think, like, I want to make it realistic. I want to make it... I want to make it modern. I want to make it family friendly. I want to make it enjoyable for everyone. These are all red flags. If somebody ever says anything other than I really want to do it justice, it's a red flag. And even then, we've seen people that are like, yeah, I'm trying to do the series justice. And then, like, no, they didn't. Dear God, no, they didn't. They were telling you that because they knew that's what you wanted to hear. And then they just went and, like, you know, did whatever the heck they wanted to do with it. Like Adi Shakar with the Devil May Cry live, or not live action, but animated series. These would say Fate and live action in the same sentence. I know, I'm just, like, using it as an example, right? Modern is the biggest plague word that has terrorized games nowadays. Yep. Yeah, I love it because now people are calling it the myth of the modern audience. Because it's like anytime something's made for quote-unquote the modern audience, it's inevitably a lot of, like, pandering slop, and it doesn't actually, like, make the game better. It's like them focusing way too much on things that don't matter to making a good game. Like, and again, I'm going to say this, chat. If you are overly concerned with the social or political message of your game, you're not making a good game. Because the social or political message is an interpretation that the consumer should, like, come up with at that point. It's like, what do they mean by that? This is what I think they meant. If you're instead trying to push it, you're just creating propaganda. That's all you're doing. You're not actually, like, setting out there to try and make a good story. You're not setting out there to try and make an entertaining game. You're not getting out there to try to make something challenging or fun. You're literally just pushing a narrative on people. And I think that's not good. I think it's like, there's a place for that sort of thing, and it's called the news. It's not in video games. And I think, sadly, that is what has kind of become wrong with a lot. Like, I think there's two major plaguing issues in video gaming. One is the infection of sort of, like... See, I could call it politics, but I really don't think it is. I think it's more like... I think it's more like misguided idealism. Because a little bit, it's the, I have this ideal. My ideal is correct. And everybody else should agree with me, and they feel the need to push that on other people. And it's like, no, you're getting too big for your britches. You're assuming everybody has to think one way, and you're trying to turn everybody into a hive mind, right? So I think that's an issue. And I think your other issue is pure and simple corporate greed. I think these are the two biggest issues that gaming faces right now. If a game is bad, it is likely due to one of these two things. Like 90% odds. It is likely due to one of these things. You do occasionally get like that 10% where it's like the game failed, like they gave it their best effort, but the game failed just due to like lack of vision, or like they didn't really like have a good idea of what would make things fun or not. Like basically it's like a skill issue almost on the development side of things. I think that happens like 10% of the time. I think 90% of the time though, it's one of these two instead. And I think that's been the issue for a while now with gaming. And unfortunately, I think part of the problem with that is like both those things are super prevalent in like AAA studios and productions. I don't think those things are as prevalent in the independent studios, because I think when you're independent, you don't have a big name and you're not well established and you don't feel like you're trying to like impress your viewpoint upon the world. Instead, you're just trying to make the best damn game you can because you're worried about like the lights being on for the next day. I haven't heard this one, but I've heard another song that they do. The iBird. If I recall, when Disney did a live adaptation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, one of the ideas was to make it all modern, set in LA, and do things like replace Turkish delights with cheeseburgers. Fortunately, that idea was taken out back and shot in a production phase. See, look, hear me out. I actually think that could be a good idea. However, one, only if a prior live action adaptation has been done. At which point in time with Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, it hadn't been. So no, that would have been stupid. Second, you can do something like that, but only if you have a good, clear vision, you are adamantly aware of the original IP, and you do it justice. So it's like, yeah, you modernize it and you do a different spin on it. And it's really cool and fun. And it honors the original while taking a different spin. Rather than, and here's how this normally happens, chat, rather than, I can do it better than the original author. That's the problem. There's a whole lot of hubris in that stuff. Hey, look at this single-player offline game we've designed, Corporate Greed Overload. Yeah, no, I'm gonna be real with you. I was talking to one of my buddies about this. Looks good, right? Looks all right. What's the downside? I don't gotta make you watch the whole trailer. Here's your downside, chat. Dead serious. Like, visually, the game is stunning. I watched somebody, apparently they're doing like a closed beta or something, or an alpha test or something right now, and I watched somebody's like content from it. It reminds me of the first Descendant, which was the other Nexon game that recently came out. And it's like, what do I mean? Well, I mean, like, you watch somebody go through all the areas, literally, like, kind of sitting there like they're killing all these gnolls and stuff. And it's the same damn enemy over and over and over again. And I actually had to like fast forward in it because it was taking them so long to move through the area and nothing was ever changing. And then they get to the end and the boss is the same as all the prior enemies, just he's got a different attack pattern. And instead he has a leopard print loincloth that he's wearing. And I'm like, okay. Apparently this is going to be a single player, like, action RPG / Souls-like. But it's going to have, like, probably a cash shop and paid skins. And I'm just like, such a fucking waste, dude. Like, and you know, like I was talking to my friend, he's like, oh, you know, just don't use the cash shop, don't buy the skins. And I'm like, you're right. Here's the problem with this. I don't have that big of an issue with microtransactions, except for one problem. Like, if you want to spend the money on it, if you want to, like, hit yourself out or glam yourself out, go for it. I don't care. My issue is whenever you take microtransactions and you make them the dominant revenue source for a game, guess what happens? The game suffers. And the reason the game suffers is because when microtransactions are present, when they are the dominant form of monetization, the game will be designed to drive that monetization. So what do I mean? Well, if they have a cash shop with paid skins, what do you think the quality of the skins that you can get normally throughout the course of the game will be? They will be bad. And the best skins will be in the shop, and they will be good. So they will have designed the game on purpose to give you very little to incentivize you to go do the cash shop. And that's my issue with this stuff. It's like, that's why nobody wants this shit in a single player game. You straight up just go, why is it even necessary? Like, just give me the game with all of its content, feature complete, and I'm not going to have to worry about this stuff. But instead, we don't do that. Instead, we want to nickel and dime not only our multiplayer live service games, but we want to nickel and dime our single player games too. We have to get the most money we possibly can out of everybody. And if we don't, that's a failure on our part, apparently. You see, chat, you're not a consumer to them. You're not a valued customer. You are a person standing in between them and your money. You are an obstacle to be overcome. You are a patsy to be tricked. You are a resource to be exploited. And that I don't like. That's the type of crap that shouldn't be a thing. Finally, I get to be the boss? I mean, the reason I say this to you is because you always are the boss. Like, you always have control. You always have dictation over what you choose to do and how you choose to spend money, right? Which has been interesting because, like, recently we talked about some of the stuff with regards to, like, the Switch 2 and everything, and it's like, I am already kind of hearing some backlash on the Switch 2 already, so is what it is. But, like, I think for better or worse, people don't like being taken advantage of, and the more these companies try, like the harder they squeeze, the more slips through their grip. The more people avoid and like just try to like go do other things. What do you mean by this free will you speak of, right? Yeah, it's like they pull a gun, put it to your head and say, play our game, spend money in our game. You have no free will. You must play. But that is something that worries me on that stuff. It's like, I really don't want to see that sort of thing infecting single player environments. It's bad enough in live actions, and it really does not need to keep happening. Sorry, not live actions, live service. My brain's still on the prior stuff. Yeah, sheeple. I get a cash shop to unlock gameplay mechanics. No, I mean, I'm gonna say if they tried to do that, the game would absolutely be roasted. But like I said, I played the First Descendant. The characters and models in First Descendant are amazing. Like, it's absolutely the attraction of the game. It is basically just waifu Warframe. The problem with the game is that the game is just grindy and boring. Like, it's the type of game where it really does just want to take up every ounce of your time. I don't mind games having content for like occupying people's time. Like if you talk about like an MMO, right? It's like, oh, if you have content out there that's optional that like people can go and do, and it just allows them to waste days on end in your game, I got no problem with that. I have a problem where it's like everything is hard gated behind this like super ultra grind that mandates 100% of your time, like, and you just basically have to eat, sleep, and drink the game. I'm like, nah, that's too much. That shouldn't be a thing. Chance of Final Fantasy X tomorrow, Cat? Yeah, probably. Final Fantasy X and maybe some Star Wars Battlefronts on the docket. I do have at least a couple things I need to get taken care of on my end. Like, again, I want to work on the 2K streaming for you guys so that you guys can get higher quality. And then you can see like all of my zits and pimples. Like, straight up, I think that's something I need to get done. I do need to like look into some of the like bot stuff because some of that's still breaking and I'm not really sure why. And I at least have to go change my filter outside for the irrigation. But besides that, I think I'm good. Like I'm scot free for right now because I'm taking care of the parents' cats. I'm having to go like scoop their litter boxes and stuff. Because my parents boarded their dogs while they're on vacation, but they did not board the cats because I guess the cats don't like it. So I'm basically stuck taking care of them. So I just have to go over there every couple of days. But I went today, so I shouldn't have to go at all this weekend. We're going to start covering Annie 8 next week? Probably. It's definitely on the to-do. Excited for 10? Yeah, I'm still in Macalania. I was playing some I was playing some Blitzball and I got a tournament chat that was, the Ject Shot 2 is the top reward. And I was like, oh shit, let me go get that. And I go and I win the tournament. In fact, the final game, the championship game of that tournament, I spanked the enemy team. I beat them 10-0. Titus just kept abusing their midfielder, stealing the ball and running and kicking it into the goal. And it was great. The problem was, basically, I ended up completing that and winning the tournament, and then Titus couldn't learn the skill. And I was like, what? That's a thing? And then it's like, yeah, it's coming back as I Google it, and it's like, oh, if you don't have all of his key techs learned, you can't learn Ject Shot 2. I was like, son of a bitch. So I had to go back and revert the save because I was like, I'm not going to redo this. And I've managed to get 2 of his key techs. He already had one when that happened. I got a second one earlier here before stream, and I know who has the final key tech. So I probably just need to do like a scrimmage, and then I'll get it. Go like that. Would Florida Man be a superhero or a supervillain? What would you call Loki from the Avengers? Did you already make your prediction expectations for JP, Annie? People have asked me. I think it's Solomon. Solomon / Goetia, if it's that, right? Gay, anti-hero, hero, an asshole. I'd say whatever Deadpool is. Right. And that's like that would be my analysis, is that like it is just chaotic. They get some power boost from Grand Scale, but the extra damage you see in the Grand Duels you don't get. Yeah. Yeah, basically Grands have additional skills that only are active in nodes where like the Grand stuff is active. And how do you tell? Well, you see this like pulsing shining thing down here at the bottom. That's how you tell that it's active. Because they do have like the star around their symbol indicating that they're a Grand, but then the pulsing means that it's active. But beyond that, it literally just is like a what's the hard boost that they get, chat? Oh my god, why am I drawing a blank? Base stat increase? Was it a base stat? Oh yeah, you get it like 1,000 extra, don't you? I was like sitting there thinking, I was like, it's not the gold foes. Uh, 1k HP and attack, yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that's all it is. There's definitely going to be content in the future that requires Grands. Like, obviously, the like content that's coming at the end of the story is going to be it. But I think even beyond that, they're going to have to keep bringing it up and making it a thing occasionally, because otherwise having Grands would be kind of useless after that point. It's like, oh, you've cleared story for part 2. Now it's not an issue anymore. And it's like, I don't know about that. Go check, see how much farming we've done. We've already do 42 runs. Holy crap. Oh, I may have overfarmed. Actually, there's no may have. I did overfarm. So we have the entire Grand score done for Berserker now. And then chat, has anyone done the final battle yet? I assume it's just Herc again. No such thing as over farming with how lucrative this is. I mean, the meteor shards are pretty much the main thing I'm after. So if there's not like much more to this, I may not farm it like crazy. Oh, whoops. I went into the event. Yeah, it's something. Is it that bad? Fine, but a bit annoying. Is he gonna have his guts mechanic again? No, but you'll see more guts and more butts. I was gonna say, did you just try to do see more butts on me? If only it was that. All right. Well, let's see. Let's see what we're dealing with. Not sure what's going on there. Let's see. If he has resistance, I should just be able to go. Have fun? Oh, we're going to. Because this is either going to be like easy or incredibly frustrating, and I'm not sure which. Okay. Bar gets broken. Skill seal. Ew. Is that a permanent skill seal? Well, that's at least annoying from the standpoint of I would have pre-popped right Castoria's stuff. How she T-poses the entire fight. They're just asserting dominance, chat. That's a bit of an oof. So I have right Castoria Berserker's cards, but not left Castoria Berserker. So I assume I'm skill sealed for as long as he has this weapon out. That's what I'm gonna guess. He's changing weapons. It's the bow now. He's gonna drain me with his attacks. Four attacks, huh? 5 attacks, huh? All right. See how it is. Doing NP removes it seems like. I don't know, chat. That wasn't that hard. Just, you know, use your NP5 120 Castoria Berserker. To be fair, again, like, you can take a Castoria Berserker with you, but I think the only thing I would have changed was, like I said, I would have popped the skills early, since now I know that that skill seal was a thing, and I probably would have set my backline up a little bit more in case this fell apart, because he could have easily, like, just hyper fixated on a character, and it would have caused me problems. But he didn't. Oh, the beautiful meteor shard. So I'll take it. There's a Fate game. I can't escape it. Ah, yes. There we go. Got the Grand Berserker C. A crystallized lore. I thought we got a pop-up at the end for, like, hey, she's complete. And we get one more of the, like, final tier of unlocker there. And that's pretty much it for this chat. Like I said, this is definitely going to be one of those where it's like, I'll probably be farming it for a bit, but yeah, that is spicy good. Oh, I didn't do it with the skills up. There we go. Yeah, again, it's not like the most powerful possible Castoria Berserker, but if any of you guys have me added on JP, this should easily be capable of carrying you. Like y'all saw, it was not difficult farming. And like I said, I think I'm only missing 12 or 13 of the Berserker nodes. And I have all the pivotal ones. So it's like the ones I'm missing are like extra attack and a little bit of like card type up. But like I have like the NP damage up, the like solid crit damage of all types and stuff. So yeah, most of this is not too big of an issue. Visual novel's technically a game? Yes. It begins and ends with Artoria. Mm-hmm. Okay, chat. We do have the CEs that you guys have been asking me would we talk about, which I have not admittedly done anything with yet. So let's showcase them. Let's talk about it. So these were the revealed ones at the live stream. The first up here, we have Melisson. This one actually looks really, really nice. Like, some of these, I really wish that they would actually turn into costumes, and it's such a, shame that they haven't, right? It's such a shame, because, I feel like the artists go all out with some of these designs, and it really, feels like it's a disservice that we don't ever really get to see the light of day on any of these. The next up here, I actually am not sure, chat. Is this supposed to be Dante, or is it Karna Saber? I think it's Karna Saber. Yeah, because you got the whole eye motif here. Sometimes it's rough because they change the hairstyle and everything, and you're like, oh wait. This one, to be fair, chat, this one threw me for a loop. This is Okita. I thought it was Okitan, just going off the color scheme, because that's actually Okitan's colors. It's black, red and gold, and then the like orange, the caramel orange that she has here. Okida or Arcuid? I could see that. There is a little bit of similarity there with Arcuid, especially because the face is that like mischievous smile, kind of almost. It's not the exact same as Arc, but it's really close. Then we have Dapper AF, best friend. And I actually find this really interesting because he's kind of got like an American flag motif going on here. So, as you guys know, they're doing the Over the Same Sky like campaign. This is similar to what they did for 5th Annie. It's Under the Same Sky. So like each one of these is probably going to be grouped into a couple of categories. So I'm going to bet there's going to be like some sort of like American or like 4th of July category. And like he's going to end up being one of the ones in that. The next up here we have Tlaloc. Sorry, I had to think of the like quote unquote non-spoiler name, right? So Tlaloc definitely looking nice. I wish maybe like the dress had a little bit more like contrast here, because just kind of blending in a little bit with the background and her skin. But it definitely looks good. I definitely like her outfit here. And then we have another Dapper AF one. This is the best friend that unalived himself. You got the man, the myth, the legend, Arash. I feel like Arash hasn't gotten much love from these, so I actually really like that. Ooh, this one's good. And you have Balbon Sith. Really, really nice. She's got the like very short, skimpy dress. And then, you know, this one shouldn't come as a shock. You have Lilith. Lilith is, you know, as a new unit here, I think you can almost always expect that the new units will get a Anniversary C. And the reason why is, again, just going to be because they really, really, really want to, like, emphasize the character. Because they know, like, the character doesn't have anything yet. So, I totally get why they would want to do that. Yeah, there he is. My consensus probably like worst SSR in the game right now, but still, like, I don't think he's that bad. I think, like, at least to an extent, he's serviceable and usable, but like, this is really a like cool design. I actually like the what's the vibe it's giving off here? Is it more like a Sentai vibe almost? It's like, this feels like an evil villain type of like outfit at this point. It's like it doesn't give me the normal like mecha vibe per se. This feels like some god tier boss that's like shown up and he's about to kick your ass. Dark Souls boss vibe? Yeah, boss music is playing. And then let's see, is this Medusa Saber? Yeah, I'm gonna guess so, because again, she's got the handle there. They really went for a different vibe with this. Like, ironically enough, the color palette's actually the same. Like, all of this is the same. And I think, again, you can see she does still have the glasses here, so it's, like, really interesting. I'm not sure what to think about this. I guess this is the Cerberus, so that's kind of funny. It's like the cute, like, chibi form of Cerberus down there. And this is actually terrifying. This is Sendo Riku, but it's the alternate personality. And it's like, holy hell, dude, this is horrifying. If you're into horror, I get it. But like, oh man. The face? Yeah, the face is like... What does it remind me of? It like... there's some anime I've watched. I'm trying to remember. I feel like it's an old school anime, but it's like they have masks, and the masks look almost exactly like this. Ring tea lady, yeah. I do like as well that it's like she's got the like freaking not like voodoo doll, right? But just like the doll of like Riku there. And then chat, last but not least, chat. Definitely one of my CE choices. Cause goddamn, that's good. So, I actually like this for a couple of reasons. First of all, obviously, it just looks hot, right? Like, it's Lulter stuff. We don't get a whole lot for Lulter. Feels good, man. And honest to God, compared to her prior, like, anniversary Cs, this is so much better because she had the, like, traveling one where she still looked like she had, like, no legs. And finally, it looks like Ishida is beating the allegations that he can't draw legs because goddamn, we got that like Mama Raiko like side thigh dress here reveal. And yes, these are definitely some nice thighs. So like, I love that. I love that he beats the allegations. I also like that it shows like her stereotypical like head armor here, but you can see she doesn't have it on the other side, which I think some people maybe thought like it was like bolted on or something like that. It's like, no, this actually does let you see that she can have it without it, which is good too if we do get like a summer version or anything, because it means that like they can do Lulter in different forms. So I'm definitely going to be looking forward to that if they do something like that. But yeah, this is a fantastic C. I could not have asked for anything better. It is absolutely A+. Chef's kiss. Thank you, Ishida. You have made this anniversary cropping of Cs. Now, my dream would be if they also did Lartoria or like Buntoria somehow. If they did either of them, hell yeah, I would have an easy choice at that point. But this is not all of the reveals so far, because we had batches prior to this. We got this big dump of like 12 of them. They're still going to be doing more. And I think Trump said like they're going to be doing like one like every single day now leading up to the anniversary. So we have a ton. I think they said there's over 100 of them. So like y'all are going to have something new to talk about and look at every single day up until the anniversary. So I'm excited for that. I hope you guys are too. Definitely going to be a nice thing in that regard. Now, chat, which one are you guys going to be picking? Maybe they'll do the CE banner again. I wouldn't be surprised. So far between Lilith and Bao, Sin is aesthetically challenging. I really am just like, dude, what the heck? Because again, some of these just look really nice. Honestly, Arash kind of looks like his style is weird. Like, his looks like more painterly compared to some of the others. But it does make me wonder, like, is there going to be a theme to these? And, like, what will the theme be? But I don't know, and I don't care, and I'll take it. Arash is a waiver edit. Now you can't unsee it. Nah, it doesn't look too much like waiver to me. Maybe if it was his old sprite, but... You pick one, right? You get two. You usually get two that you can pick. Which, one of mine is taken up for sure. And the fact that it's going to be 100 of them basically means, like, chat, y'all got, like, basically a 1 in 4 chance of any of your favorite units getting it. What I will say, and keep this in mind, if your character got a craft essence last year, I would expect that they probably won't get one this year. But there may be overlap, so that's not a, like, absolute. Bageko, please. Yeah, so, like, that would be another example, because didn't she have the like, ninja outfit one last year? So it's like, she might not get one this year. But then it's like, I mean, shit, there's probably still gonna be plenty of things that people want. I think I heard Trubs say pick one, but I could be wrong. You're wrong. It's 2. It's always 2, every year, chat. Because you get... basically, you get 1 ticket for free, and then if you complete the quote-unquote memorial quest, you get the other ticket. Sanzang, please. Sanzang had one back for Under the Same Sky, like back in year 5. I don't know if she's had one since then, though. Didn't Annie Shirley will get more than 2? Let me see. It's the countdown campaign, damn it. It should be under the pre-release campaign. Here you go. Trying to get them where they're at least a decent size. So you've got Astolfo, Abby, Amakusa, Andromeda, Izumo? No Okuni got one? I didn't remember that. But Yan King, Nobu, Hokusai, Kama, Kualter, Kentoki. Oh, yeah, it's Ryoma. Okay. Kojiro, Musashi. Yeah, the Musashi one was really nice. It was basically the Attack on Titan outfit. Where she had the, like, not gunblade, but like, what do you call it? Sinariku and Seishonagon, Takasugi, Takeda, Nagakura Shinpachi, Mysterious Heroine X, Umakotaro, Boudica, Ptolemy, Britomart, Bedivere, Hephaestion. Oh yeah, Mama Raiko got another one. Yes, thank you for the pop-up, Chrome. I really appreciate that. Mori, Yui, and Tiamat. Well, I'm surprised Tiamat got one that year and not, like, current year. Then it looks like you've got Salad Larry, you've got Asclepius, Jason, Ask, Oberon, Nocnaria, Melisson. Also, Melison's already one where we can say she's had one both the prior year and this year. Yeah, here was the Bageko one. Like, this was the one that I remember a lot of people being like, oh my god, right? Like, oh, wait, really? Okay, no, I'll be real. Like, this is kind of fucked. because this is pretty much the exact same as the current Balbon Sith one. Like, look at that, and look at this. And it's like, I get that she has a red motif, but I'm like, dude, do something different. Come on. Like, be a little bit more fun with it, even if, like, I'm okay with them reusing the character, but it's like, do something different. And then Monte Cristo, Marie, and Shiny Star. Wow, so they actually didn't have that many last year. What is that, 6 times 5 is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. Last year we only had 42. And this year we literally have 100 plus. Actually, this will be a hard year for me to pick. Because there's not even that many saber faces. I could probably be here. I think I took Musashi's on JP. It'd probably be MHX. An Ace? Yeah, these are my only two options at that point. But like I said, I think I took Musashi's on JP because I was like, well, I'm gonna end up picking the saber faces on an A. Anyton is the exception, yeah. Big sad though. Yeah, like again, obviously there are some exceptions, like with Melisande and Balbon, but I would assume if your character got one in the prior year, they're probably not going to get one this year. I don't think it's like absolutely like exclusionary, but like I think in general, if they did get one, they likely aren't going to get one the follow-up year. Because I do think they try to like not repeat and stuff. Is that a Feistion? Yeah. You're gonna get Santa Jalter on NA this year. It's a saber face. What do you mean? What do you mean? Am I gonna get her on NA this year? Pretty sure it's the different class of them. Yeah, I'd have to look because, like, let's see. So, like, Balbon we had here. Yeah, this is Kate Sir Priestess specifically. And then there was Balbon. I guess it doesn't really tell us, right? But I mean, we can guess. Oh, the Annie-Cs for this year on an A? I haven't looked at them. Let me go back and look. Like, I always get so caught up covering the actual anniversary that, like, things like this I don't normally actually look at. Because, again, like, I also did it, like, 2 years prior. We have Mordred. We have Draco, but it's, like, the young version of Draco. They're a better version of... No. Yeah, they're not going to show it down there, so I guess that's the only picture they have. Someone got lazy on there, and... There's probably a page that actually has all of these, but... NECE tab? Wait, was there? Oh, there was. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so you're talking about this one? No, probably not. That's monk ass. The Shisha one wasn't bad here. I do remember this. There's Gray. There's already 3 right there. 4 with Mordred. That was the Asclepius again? Dude, I feel like Asclepius has gotten a ton of these, actually. Did I get Cuckoo? No, I don't think I did, but I don't remember who I got on JP. Yeah, then there was the Kama one. Kama one's definitely nice. So it's probably going to be Mordred. Because again, this one just looks good. And then, it's between Gray, Draco, or Jonta. Gray is objectively the safe choice. Yeah, it's probably Gray. Kind of sucks, actually. Like, I'm not, like, other than Mordred's, I'm really not impressed by any of the Saberface ones. Mordred's feels like it has style, and it feels like it's fun, but the others, I'm like, I mean, again, like, if I go look at Gray's, I'm like, that's just basically her normal outfit. It's like, it doesn't feel like they did anything different with it. They didn't try on that one, unfortunately. Proto Merlin? Yeah, I mean, Proto Merlin's here, but Proto Merlin's not a Saberface. Yeah, I think objectively speaking, Kama's is probably the hottest that year. Was this Tiamat? Was. The Tiamat did have one this year. So Tiamat got one 2 years in a row then. Interesting. I think Drunk Ibuki is one of my choices. Wait, which one was that? Oh, this one? Yeah. No, you're not wrong. This is definitely one of the hotter ones because it's like it's like back and forth between Beer Maiden Ibuki and just like drunk office woman is what they're kind of going for. But she's got so many around. It's like, holy hell. All I'm going to say is you can tell right as based. I feel like when he does something like that, it's just like, what do I want to see? All right. Fuck it. Office Lady Ibuki's a gift, yeah. I'm kind of sad because I feel like this is Nito Alter, and I feel like hers could have been so much better. This one was like just a cute one, I feel like. But like hers could have been one of the hotter ones. Oh yeah, they gave Bima one. It's just absolutely his pose from freaking OC1. Like, it's just him cooking. That's like all it is. The bro is at the Japanese festival ready to cook. Are you hyped for Strange Fake episode 2 being shown at Annie? Trubs thinks they're going to get away with it. Me personally, if there is not an announcement of the actual debut date for that anime, I'm not watching episode 2. I will just ignore it. It doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned unless they give us some actual news. Like y'all can watch it like episode at a time. I'm not. I'm going to say like, nah, I'm good. Cuz like I don't need to be strung along every 6 months to a year with an episode. It's like, dude, I please let me finish the like 48 episode anime before I die. Huyan Zhou's never had one, right? There's one way to tell. When in doubt, come under their gallery. See if they have craft essences. Nope. Yeah, Huyan Zhou's How to See is right here. Because god damn! Them thighs! Cad would hate the webcomic that only updates once a year. This is an actual thing. Yeah, I would. Like, or rather, it's like, I wouldn't necessarily hate it, but I just wouldn't read it until, like, I could binge it. Right? Does that make any sense? Like, I don't like being strung along. I would rather just, like, at that point, just read, like in a big batch. By the way, the Nido Sea is missing part of the design. Wait, what do you mean? Horse legs? I mean, those are thighs for days, man. Those are watermelon poppers. Didn't she the full design? Let me see. Nani? Oh, god damn it. Like, I did see this when I first opened it up. That's great. But, like, that's just amazing. Also, it has little feet. So the Medjed do have feet. Which, 100% chat, y'all can deny it. Do any of you know who Elizabeth is? Elizabeth is a character from Gintama. And I want you guys to know something. It is 100% a man. But that, I'm dead serious. I actually think that is what the Medjed are based off of. Straight up. They are based off of Elizabeth's design. An alien? Yeah, Elizabeth never talks. Elizabeth just holds up a sign with words on it. And that's what I think they're going for with the Medjed here. Now they had a crazy Medjed hype when they released Nido. Well, that doesn't disprove the other. But look how good the pupper is. Yeah, I mean, that's clearly Anubis, right? Which, I mean, like, that's her whole gimmick here, is this is like Nido Chris Anubis, basically. Yeah, this is missing from the sea. Yeah, I don't really get that. Like, I mean, I'll still say it's like this doesn't necessarily make the Nidochris design better. I just am laughing at the Medjed. There's actually 2 more over here too. They're just hiding under the skirt of her dress. Elizabeth did talk once or twice. You are correct. I just didn't want to spoil anyone. Because some hieroglyphs they showed in Japan at the time. Yeah, all I'm going to say is hieroglyphs or not, they 100% like, and chat, the reason I'm going to say this, people deny this all the time, okay? This is similar to me. You know how like Genshin fans denied that like some of the characters were ripoffs of Fate character designs? And I never understood why people denied that because it was so fucking obvious, right? And then like you have the Honkai director that comes out and like just straight up admits to it, right? Like same deal. Absolutely, I will never understand why people deny that FGO designs are derivative of other things in Japanese culture. Like, it 100% is a thing. We know it. They've admitted to it. I don't know why people deny this. So it's like, when you see a really big similarity, you need to understand that's done on purpose. So it's like, denying it is like, I don't know, like, it's like, it's like trying to pretend that the inspiration wasn't a thing. That makes any sense? Medjed is a real god from Egypt. They just don't know what it was. Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying, chat, take the name Medjed away. Take the Egyptian influence away. Throw all of that out. What was this sidekick mascot character designed to look like? That's what I'm saying. And we know this because, straight up chat, I have big news for anyone that's in denial about this stuff. Every single one of your summer characters is this way. Every single one is a reference to something. If you haven't figured that out, y'all need to go look up some stuff. And that's how we know they do it, by the way. It's like, it doesn't cheapen it. In fact, it makes it better in this sense because they're actually honoring the original inspiration. And I think they would probably, if you ever asked them, like, hey, where'd that design come from? They would be the first one to tell you. Like, the artist would be like, oh, hell yeah, like, I fucking love Gintama or some shit like that. And you'd be like, oh, okay. Can't stop trying to pry me out from under this rock. No, I'm just saying. This is a thing, right? Summer Jalter is one big Yu Yu Hakusho reference. Exactly. Like, and that's the way they all are. Every stinking one of them. And I'm not going to say, like, that there isn't, like, originalness in Fate designs. There are, right? But, I mean, chat. This design is also derivative of things. Like, if you're a fan of like 90s anime, you would definitely recognize Nito Alter's like facial patterns and stuff. Okay? Like, this is straight out of 90s anime. Straight out of it. This is basically Oh My Goddess, chat. After a while, you recognize it. Oh, yeah. Let me find y'all a good picture. Okay, I don't need that, but sure. There you go. Okay. Different color scheme. Don't get me wrong. Wait, where did it go? Different color scheme, right? But you can see it. And actually, I think it goes even deeper than that. Watch this. When you start knowing this stuff, you start going like, oh shit. And I'm dead serious. I'm a 90s kid when it comes to anime, chat. That's why I like Nito Chris's design. I'm not even kidding you. Like, when I saw this design, I was just immediately like, not only hit with the wave of nostalgia from Nito, but hit with the wave of nostalgia from an older generation of anime. And I was just like, oh, hell yeah. Yep, Aisha Clan. So like when you start noticing this stuff, it doesn't cheapen it. It actually becomes cool. You realize this is them carrying on the legacy of some of this older stuff. And you're like, oh, that's amazing. That's really, really nice. Same thing, chat. I'll give you guys another example. Birdie the Mighty, yep. Yeah, it's got it. Oh, come on. Give me a better picture than this, internet. Screw you, Google. Okay. So there's Kukulkan, right? And technically, maybe not the best image. Yeah, this would be a little bit of a better one where you could see the like forward-facing part of her outfit, right? So, like, when you see this, and notice how it's a leotard that doesn't connect on the side, right? Urusei Yatsura? Yeah, I can see that too. So it's like, that's the aesthetic that they're going for. It's not one-to-one, but that's the aesthetic. And to be fair, chat, of course it's not one-to-one. Copyright, right? Like, they're not going to just immediately lift it. But you can tell they're doing that same exact, like, thing with the character. And that's what makes Fate cool, honestly. They'll take something like Bernie the Mighty and be like, hey, that was a really cool design and cool character. What if we made Kukulkan that? And that's where a lot of the genius comes in. It's like, they take this historical character, they take this god, and they make them look like some anime trope. And you're like, wow, that's cool. That's why people like the designs in FGO. And I'm dead serious when I say this. That is also the problem that I've had with some of the more recent designs. Some of the more recent designs that take, like, the historicity of the character way too seriously, and we're not getting, like, the anime trope anymore. We're getting, like, an authentic representation of the character. It's like, it doesn't make the character look bad, but it's not as interesting. It's not as cool. It's not as well thought out. And I think that's what I like about stuff like this. What do you mean, Kat? I'm Mexican. I confirm that's exactly how our god was. Of course. Yes. Yes. I mean, I'd probably want my god to look like this too, right? A hot anime girl from space. Yeah. Is that some Bernie decode? Yes, we were just talking about like how there's references all the time and stuff. And it's like, if you can't see this, chat, I'm not going to blame you, but I'm going to say all you'd have to do is change the color scheme here from blue to green, and it would immediately pop out at that point. Because it is just very, very similar. Oh shit, it is already late. Holy crap. I did not realize it had already gotten so late. Y'all got me hooked on just talking about this stuff. I named my cat Arya. Nice. Time flies when you're having fun. Yep. All right, chat. I'm going to go ahead and end it here for tonight. I'm going to send you over to Mr. Danger Creepy. It is his birthday, and he's streaming some FGO. And I will be back later. Do Made Alter? I mean, Made Alter is an actual reference to frickin' whatchamacallit. Why can't I think of it, chat? The frickin' Salter skit with Gil where she pulls out the ahoge. Incredible Phantasm, thank you. Yeah, that's what that is a reference to. Now, what her in a maid outfit is a reference to goes back to like time immemorial of things, so it is what it is. But yeah, we're gonna go raid Mr. Creamy. If you guys haven't already, check out our videos on YouTube. Join the Discord. We're always happy to have you as a member of the community. Come hang out, come talk FGO. If you guys need help with the Berserker stuff, there's always people on that are happy to help. I will see you guys for the next one. I'll probably be live tomorrow with some variety content. And again, good luck with your JP farming and saving on an A as we head towards anniversary. See you guys tomorrow. Go give Creamy my love. Good night.